Hey, welcome back to the Healing Black Women podcast. I am your host, LaQuanda Roberts Buckley. And if things look a little different on the video, yes, we have moved, but we are back in action. Tonight we are going to, or today rather, we are going to be talking about how are you nurturing yourself. If you read our latest article by our guest contributor, you would know that we discussed nurturing the soul of a Black woman. And that brought up so much with me about, how am I really nurturing myself? Um, and so let's get into it. One of the things that I had to realize was that sometimes having so much around you can be too much. And what that meant is getting into this and getting into that and signing up to do that and signing up to do this can just feel like an overload. And it could be difficult if you're someone like me, a person who has lived their entire life in service to other people, right? And for me, I've always dedicated so much of my time and energy to the well-being of others. I love it, first of all. But secondly, it's just because it is who I am. It is who I am to my core. Now, like I was saying, the problem with that is we can get into this cycle, right? We get into this cycle where we're constantly doing things that when we stop, we might feel bad about it. And that's where I was like, oh, I think I need to pause. And then I started feeling bad. I was like, oh, you have this commitment, you have that commitment, you have this. And I had to come to a realization and remind myself of my own words. What's good of any of the things that you care about in life if you're not okay? My own words. And so, it's like I had to stop and I was like, you know what? I am going to unapologetically not just choose myself, but give myself the service that I give others. And that's the thing that we do not do. We don't give ourselves the service that we give others, but still have an expectation that we're going to be able to serve and do those things that we love, enjoy, and have joy in repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly without us ever collapsing. And I had to understand, with myself, as much as I do it, as much as I love what I do, I can't. And it's okay to say when you cannot. It is okay to say when you cannot. And let me tell you this. Pulling back from things does not necessarily have to correlate with a catastrophic event in your life. Something horrendous does not have to be taking place. You can be in a good space and still need to make that call that, you know what? I need to pull back because I need to make sure that my tanks are filled on every level. You have to bring yourself up and give yourself the space to do that. And I have learned that so intentionally about giving myself the service that I give others. And let me tell you something. I love the way that I love people. When I love me, then I get to experience the me that other people get. And I love that for myself. Another thing is we have to balance the noise around us, right? And what I mean in balancing the noise around us, it's not necessarily negative things that you hear. Now, I'm going to make a quick distinction. There's a differences in the noise that are surrounded around you. Some of the noise around you is going to be toxic. It's toxic noise. But some of the noise around you is beautiful. And sometimes you need to quiet everything down and sit. And for some of you, like, I can't be without. I have to have some hustle and bustle and somewhere. Well, maybe you don't need the hustle and the bustle. Maybe you can choose either or when that hustle or bustle takes place. hustle and bustling Sunday to Sunday with nothing in between is that's setting yourself up for an experience. One thing that I tried when I'm thinking about the noises around me, right, is how is that noise impacting me? Let's think about a neighbor. You have a neighbor that's playing loud music, and this actually happened. You have a neighbor that's playing loud music. Sometimes when they're playing a song, you're vibing out to that. You're vibing out to that music. It's that noise. You're vibing out. And sometimes, let's say if you work from home and you have a meeting and that the music comes on, the music that you were vibing out to the night before is now noise. So what's going on in your life? And asking yourself, hey, is this something that I'm vibing to at the moment? Is this something that's melting into my life and gives a level of ease or excitement? Or is the noise, the sound around me being disruptive? Those are key things that you have. So think about the noise around you and the impact that it has. And you're like, well, what if I can't move the noise? What if I can't move the noise? Headphones. Headphones. Find a way to navigate. And sometimes that calls for creativity. Who would think, okay, when someone's playing music, let me play music of my own, because it centers it back to me. You want something when things are getting noisy around you to center things back to you. And that's nurturing. That's nurturing you. You got to remember that. And I think the final thing is I had to give myself permission to smile, not just doing the things that I love, but doing the things that I love without having to worry about if I needed to do something for somebody else. And what I mean by that is I don't really care if person over there would like for me to come and do Y or X or Z. I don't care if that thing has been offered or inquired upon. In this moment, I'm finna focus on LaQuanda and LaQuanda only, and make sure LaQuanda is good. And if I have the energy left over or the energy available, and let me not even say the energy left over, because we're not tapping into our reserves for other people. We're leaving those for ourselves. If I make the decision that I want to use my energy in that direction, I will turn in that direction and use it. If I can't, I won't. The only outside thing for that can tap into those reserves and what I have left is my child. Outside of my child, oh no. Everything else, it doesn't measure up. It doesn't measure up to the urgency. So prioritize yourself and your needs. And what I'm saying in this last thing, prioritize yourself and your needs as if it's an urgency, even when there's nothing negative going on. Prioritize yourself as an urgent need. Oh man, did I miss my tea? Oh my gosh, I have to go. I gotta get my tea. I can't miss that. Your nurturing routine that you build yourself, prioritize as if something major happened. Oh my gosh, what? Did I miss my movie week? Oh no, I gotta stop everything. No. I need that. Put that in your mind. I need that refill. I need that time to myself. I need that. Nurture yourselves in that way, making yourself not just a priority, but an urgency. So that when you miss something about you, it's a big deal. it's a big deal. And if you do that enough, you'll remember, you'll get cues when things feel out of line, and you'll go back to it. Like I have a brace that I use to work on my posture because I crochet. That's why you see the yarn behind me. I crochet, and my posture is really good for my shoulders. So every day I'll wear a posture brace, right? And I don't wear it while I'm crocheting. When I take it off and I'm walking around the house, because I wear that brace, it reminds me of where my shoulders should be. It reminds me of how my back should be. And so that's the point. When I take that thing off and I'm walking around, I realize I'm out of alignment because I've experienced what alignment feels like. I'm like, oh no, I need to roll my shoulders back. I need to sit up straight. My neck need to be, and I can readjust. It's the same way when you create that urgency around the little things that you need, because when you start walking around, it's like, oh wait, something's off today. Something's off today. What is it? You know what? I didn't go get my lemon cake. You know what? I didn't go get my massage. You know what? I know something was off. I didn't go take my my soak today. And so you want to create that big deal about the things that you do for yourself. So when something feels off, it'll click. Oh yeah, gotta straighten up. Gotta get back on the things that nurture me. Because you'll create urgency for other people. Create that urgency about yourself and allow yourself to be nurtured by you. All right, you all. That's enough for me. If you wanted to read the article by our guest contributor, please go to the website www.healingblackwomen.com. If you would like to be a guest contributor, you can also visit the website and you will see details on how to connect with us to be a guest contributor. All right. Our guest contributors can talk about relationships, self-care, stress management, mental health, financial wellness, and physical health. And we accept the forms of content as articles, videos, or if you want to be a guest on the podcast. All right. Visit the site again for more details. Thank you so much for listening. Bye, everyone.